Masigo, good morning again. Of course, this kind of violence incident that happened, they do have more repercussions than what we can anticipate.
I mean, that's right, Braden. I mean, you can imagine if you are living in an area where there's so much violence since Sunday evening, you have to worry about your children, especially if your children have to walk to school. But from our understanding with the education department is that they actually encourage parents to let their children go to school because that's where they'll be safer when there's violence happening in the streets. But this is where I'll bring in our guest, Braden, as you said, and that's Steve Mabona, the spokesperson of the education department in Gauteng. Thank you for joining us, sir. I've seen a couple of children walking around. I've asked them, they're telling me that they were asked at school to actually just return home because of the violence that's been happening here in JP's town. Can you give us an update on what you guys know in terms of schooling in this area?
Thank you very much. In terms of schooling, in the entire province, school is going as per normal, as per what is expected. We know that there was a fake WhatsApp message that was sent to parents to say in Pretoria there won't be any schooling and parents don't need to take kids there. Fortunately, our schools are fully functional. It's only one school that is closer to, a taxi rank, a school for learner with, special needs. The numbers are very minimal there, and parents are coming to take their children. Same applies to in this area. Numbers were not that much big in the school, and some parents now came to the school to take their children away. That left the principal without any choice but to assess the situation and say, do we really need to have these other children at school, or we need to release them? Then a decision was then taken, because principals have a discretion to make a call and say if the situation is not conducive, they need to take that call to say probably we need to release. But it's only a district office that will give them a go-ahead to say, do that, you can release the children. So that's why we have one school that has released children here. And we have a situation in Alex where there was a panic, and some teachers, we understand that they necessitated that the school must not open, but we managed to intervene, because remember, our matric are writing now, so it's quite a critical moment for us. If we are not disturbed or disrupted where we are writing examinations, we need to be led to do that, because it's important for our children to write, because this is their future.
Now, Mr. Mabona, I'm sure the education department has something to say about, at least if the elders who are, fighting and causing this violence, if they could at least just let the children go to school.
Definitely. Hence, we are saying children are safe at home, at school actually, than at home. Hence, we encourage our parents, don't go to school and take children away. Leave them there. If there's a danger for them, a principal will take a decision to say, probably parents must come and take our children. So we encourage them not to disrupt. Children that are going to school, let them go to school, because that's where they are needed. Because now you endanger our children if they are within us, and when these riots start, it becomes a challenge. I mean, yesterday I saw a footage where a child was running away. It was bad to see. So we really call upon parents, work with us. Let's let our children to be at school. If there's a decision to be taken, a principal is there for a reason, will take that decision. And educators and any other form of learners that are perpetuating all this fake news, please desist from that. We need this period, because this is term 3, quite critical term for us as Department of Education. So we need, as much as possible in terms of your curriculum time. We can't waste any time now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mabona, for coming through to JP's town to speak to us about the situation. Braden, I don't know if I still have enough time. I just want to show you this particular dealership. So over here, where Lingen Dabambi and I are actually entering with you right now, is actually it's a car dealership, but they also fix vehicles. And if you look around, there were vehicles that were parked everywhere here. What the owner has told us, he's at the police station at the moment, and he's asked us to please give him some time to come back. But what he told us is that he was actually forced to give the residents the cars at gunpoint. Some of the cars were taken, and those cars that couldn't be taken away, he alleges, were then burnt and the windows broken into. So you can imagine, Bradan, if you are a vehicle owner and you had brought it to this business for it to be fixed, and you come back to find it vandalized, gone or burnt beyond any repair, it's quite devastating. What we also realized is that there's a few police officers who are here to assist some of the shop owners, the foreign shop owners, to flee, because of course they are afraid what might happen as the day progresses. And as you can see, there's a police officer right at the gate ensuring that nobody is going to come here to disturb the shop owners from moving out. They're trying to tow one of the vehicles that they were actually fixing. A lot of vehicles were burnt here, Bradan. You can imagine, I saw a Mercedes-Benz SUV, for instance, burnt beyond recognition, or rather you could recognize it, but you cannot get it fixed. It'll never return. So you can imagine, if about 40 cars that I counted were all burnt, how much it is that people have lost during these riots.
Thank you very much, Masiho Ratlaka, on the ground in Jeppestown this morning.